So I've got a plastic sheet on the table and a mix of something around 3-in-1. Not too important for this part, the mix, as long as I've got something fairly strong. Not too creamy, just middle of the road for this part. I'm happy with the loading gauge on this one, which is just it's around 220, 8.5 inches wide, and around the same 8.5 inches, 210, 220 high. So I'll use that for this one. So I'm just spreading that out into a rough shape, just so I can have around maybe an inch or so thickness on there to begin with. This is just going to be the structural part. No finish, no brick carving or anything. I just need to actually find the structure that I need to build for this tunnel, which is also going to be a castle door. So it's not just an arch, it's going to be more of a drawbridge and door kind of affair. Okay, so there's my center line, and that is the minimum height for the loading gauge there. That's about 8.5 inches, 210 so millimeters. That's the 8.5 inch line there. That's the top there, which means I can remove most of this and then add that to the overall width. They need to be thicker than that. Okay, so I've made the basic shape that I'm looking for. We've got 4 inches, 100mm either side. The loading gauge itself is now, let me look at that, that's around 9 inches, because I need some room for carving the stonework in, so about 1/2 inch each side. This is 5 inches and this is 5 inches, so we have some symmetry. I'm going to let that settle down, and that is the basic framework for the tunnel portal. This is a very, very small gauge, just a 4-in-1 mix. It's difficult to get it creamy with sharp sand, but that's just about what I'm looking for. Now, when bonding to concrete, always make sure that the surface is well saturated so that the two will soak together and become one. That's got, it's not PVA, it's just detergent. Wet water, even outside in the garden. sieving some of this dry sand out into there. You can see how big the particles are in there that I'm getting rid of, and how smooth that is now. I'm using this piece of scrap foam to act as a template for the next layer of concrete. Adding another layer on top of what we've already done. That's just holding the template in place there. Okay, I'm pleased with that. So this can come off, and I'm looking at now the thickness that I have on there, to excuse the shadow. Yep, that's about right. The symmetry seems slightly off. Well, it's not off, it's just, so we've got something a little bit longer here, so I'll lose all that when I do the next piece, but that's I'm very pleased with that. Straight edge to just get these courses in like that, and then I'll come down with the perps after I've done all the coming down and scoring out the perps. So all the perps are in. The temptation now is to start brushing it, but it's important to let that settle down for a while. Patience is key. When that's settled down and gone off a bit, I'll give it a brush over. Right, I've come up with a solution for the small symmetry problem, just to bring that back into the centre there. Just a small addition to this side to increase the length, and just drop it down and bring it over a little bit. Okay, there's another mix ready to go. You can see how really smooth that is. That's just right for carving. So now I'm actually putting the door section in, which is the structural blockwork of the door frame.